What's up, people? I'm Shaggy the Opinionated Hippie, continuing my deep dive into all things Neil Young. Today I'm going to rant and rave about another Neil Young and Crazy Horse live release. This one is called Fucking Up, or officially slash unofficially FU hashtag in up, to get past the censors. A live album from 2024, recorded at the end of 2023. And I've only listened to this a handful of times. It came out, I'm filming this in July of 2025, so it came out about a year and a half ago. And each time I listen to it, I'm absolutely kind of blown away by how ridiculously good it is. It is Neil Young and Crazy Horse in 2023. So we have Billy and Ralph still there as the rhythm section doing the Crazy Horse thing, much older than they were back in like the late 60s. Neil getting up in age. Frank's no longer there. We have both Nils and Micah Nelson filling in, guitar, piano. Pretty much neither one of them, at least piano-wise, is heavily in the mix. What they're doing on guitar is essentially just adding layers of electric noise to the already layers and layers of electric noise that Neil is laying out. Just the overall energy and electricity of the whole thing is fantastic as far as the band is going. There's definitely no like, oh, this band is getting older. At no point do you think that. It is absolutely fantastic on that regard. But it's live, and it's for a private party, not a big crowd of like Neil Young fans, but a private party for a Canadian businessman. They recorded it, released it, and the set list is Ragged Glory from start to finish, just in its entirety. First song, second song, third song, fourth song, straight through, without the final song, Mother Earth, being played. Not dramatically reworking any of the songs. This is pretty much, had they recorded this before the release of Ragged Glory, it would have sounded probably exactly the same. Had they recorded this a month after the release of Ragged Glory, it would have sounded exactly the same. Nothing has changed in the 30 plus years since Ragged Glory was recorded in their minds as they play these songs. They're just playing these songs. And yet somehow, from the very first opening notes of Country Home to the last sort of chaotic ending of Love and Only Love, this is one of the most thrilling, compelling, interesting, engaging listens I think that Neil has released. It is just absolutely fantastic. You know exactly what's going to come. Like, it's just a live version of Ragged Glory. But the performances, Neil's guitar solos, anytime Micah and Nils get to step up and play, it is all really, really, really good. It's on it. It's Ragged Glory. In the track listing, all of the songs have different names. So instead of Country Home being called Country Home, it's called City Life, because that's two words that are in Country Home. So each of the songs has a new title that's literally borrowed from the lyrics that are in the song. So again, Country Home opens as City Life. That opening solo in the very beginning before we get the first vocals, it's scrappy, it's loose, it's engaged, the band sounds amazing. All right, just sit back. Whatever you do to enjoy this album, just get in that mode and know you're going to be in it for a while, and it's going to be good. Awesome opener. White Line, which might be my favorite song on here, even though it's like less than 3 minutes long. Here it's called Feels Like a Railroad, River of Pride. Sounds ragged, high energy, a great song, underappreciated little classic. Then we get Fucking Up, Heart of Steel, as it's called. Another thing is, I'm assuming they stop playing each song and they get applause between songs. Neil has it sequenced, so we go straight from one song to the other, and the segue from White Line into Fucking Up is perfect. I don't think it's a real-time segue, but the way it's produced, it sounds absolutely amazing. I absolutely love this version of Fucking Up. This might be the best version. The first solo is epic. We get this little chill down period. The energy is amazing. It's fun. Absolutely fantastic version of this. Then we get Over and Over, which is called Broken Circle. I think there's some piano buried really, really low in the mix, but it might just be one of the rhythm guitar players doing something that's just kind of like stark, like piano chords towards the end of this. This is probably the weakest track on here, and it's a really good track. It's the one track where I think Country Home really brings it with that opening solo. White Line, underappreciated nugget. Effing Up might be my favorite version of that. This is just a really solid over and over. Does what it's supposed to do. Really good. But then we get Love to Burn, called Valley of Hearts. And epic. Absolutely epic. It's maybe a couple minutes longer than the original version. But the middle jam, when Neil starts to solo, there are these moments where it almost feels like the rhythm's about to fall apart. Like it's purposely like kind of that Frank Zappa, Chester Thompson 74 thing where it feels like, oh no, we're like things are just falling apart. And Neil leans into it and the rhythm section leans into it, and it never does. But it is this very almost disoriented, disjointed section in the middle of Love to Burn that really, really, really works. And I think at one point Micah steps up and gets a solo because it feels like we get a little more of a fluid attack that doesn't sound like Neil. But anytime Micah or Nils, and I think later on in Love and Only Love, they also both get a chance to step up, it's never like, all right, you take 8 bars for a solo. It's just like, hey, there's a space. Jump in and go for a while until Neil cuts you off. And so there is this very, very loose vibe to everything. And the Love to Burn just absolutely nails it. And it's just, there are moments where there's just huge stretches for 2 or 3 minutes where it's just guitars just coming at you. Neil's dropping solos and making noises, and just rhythm guitars are coming at you, and the rhythm section's just holding it down so beautifully. After we get Love to Burn, we get Farmer John, which I just realized, Zappa connection, Sugarcane Harris, right? The violin player on Weasels With My Flesh, who toured with Frank in the early 70s. He wrote this song, right? And that not the case? But Farmer John, awesome, great energy, a lot of fun, ragged performance. Kind of seems like it falls apart at one point, but they get it together. Amazing. Piano provides it some bounce. Might be my favorite Farmer John I've ever heard. Next we get Walking in My Place, parenthesis, Road of Tears, which is Mansion on the Hill. That opening guitar riff is amazing. And you have the piano coming in. It gives it this awesome energy, this super bounce. This Farmer John Mansion on the Road combo in the middle of the set is just, it is almost like poppy and like the most like yay sing along rock happy moment of it, but it's still like drenched in really amazing guitar, but just the songs have this vibrancy and this life to them that is amazing. Then we get Days That Used to Be, To Follow One's Own Dream, named after what has to be the best lyric on this album, if not this, I mean on this song for sure, if not this album. The line, seems like such a simple thing to follow one's own dream. Right? Seems simple, but it isn't. This is beautiful. I think as I get older for sure, and definitely even as Neil gets older, he wrote this song 30 plus years ago. He's always in some sense been this old man who's always looking back on the past like, the days that used to be, remember then? And it seems like Neil's always doing that, even moving the goalpost, I'm sure in some sense of what the days, when he was singing The Days It Used to Be, he's now singing it looking back going, man, if it was only those days I was complaining back in the days, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like every one of these lyrics, and anytime he performs this, the older he gets, it's just more and more powerful of a song. And to borrow the melody from Dylan, My Back Pages, just kind of stole that. So that's another layer of just, I mean, they're both still out there performing music and just, I don't know, changing lives. So anyways, powerful performance. And then the whole thing ends with A Chance on Love, an epic 15-minute version of Love and Only Love. The bass playing in this, the momentum. There is a jam in the middle of this that almost becomes this dance, trance, grunge, just Neil waves of noise type thing that is epic. I'm pretty sure Micah, Nils, both of them, maybe just one, step up and get a chance to solo on this. It really is just layers of like electricity and 6 strings doing amazing things. We get this weird, almost screaming section in the middle where the rhythm's just going, right? And the song's just moving forward. The bass is driving it. And things will kind of reach this kind of quiet thing. And then the guitars come in with these chords that are just like, yeah! And then we go back into the groove. And then this, yeah! And then back into this groove. It's like subtle, but once you catch on to the fact that they're leaning into this, like repeatedly, it's like, oh yeah, it's really, really effective. It's absolutely amazing. This is just This is a great case to be made that the best Neil Young / Crazy Horse album is Ragged Glory. I would have argued maybe for others, but listening to this and realizing all of these songs are exactly pretty much the way they were performed on Ragged Glory. It's just there's live energy, there's different guitar solos, there's a looseness to it that album, you know, didn't have because it hadn't been lived in for 30 plus years. But that core, these songs, like what that album has been able to inspire and produce over the next 3 decades, says a lot about the quality of those songs and the quality of that album, and that lightning in a bottle moment of Neil Young and Crazy Horse back in the early 90s. But yeah, it's fantastic stuff. This is a fantastic live album. I highly recommend it. Not going to rank it. Got a couple more live albums to do that I'm just going to drop one massive video and quickly rank them all the Neil lives. But this one's in the top. I absolutely love this. And any live album that makes you fall in love with another album even more is doing what it's supposed to do, right? Isn't that why you go play live in a sense as an artist, is to promote your official pieces of art that you've put out there? This advocates for Ragged Glory better than anything. And it's probably better than Ragged Glory, but you can't build on something. You can't have this if you don't have the original great one to begin with. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. Go listen to this. I'm rambling. Subscribe, like, share, comment, and peace. Talk to you later.